in the morning, rest is getting harder. Slipped on my house shoes, checked on my daughter. Just had a dream.
Hello, welcome, I'm Devil Sniper and this is episode number 3 of our career mode with Nottingham Forest. Hopefully you've enjoyed episode number 1 and episode number 2. As you will see, I'm changing up the squad. We've got to keep that rotation going because we've had a good number of games in a short period of time. We started off with a tough cup game at Sheffield United. We then played Wigan, we played Sheffield Wednesday, we played Doncaster Rovers and Millwall. So we've had a lot of games in a short period of time, and obviously we've still got a good number of games to come. So we have to keep that team really as fresh as possible. And today we start off with an away game to Huddersfield. So that should be a really tough game. They're a good team, well organised. And as I've said before, in the Championship, it is a very competitive league. You can't underestimate your opponents. You've got to be on the ball every single game. Every team is capable of beating each other. So the difference between finishing mid-table and finishing in the playoffs or automatic promotion is literally a few points, which is one of those things. But a great cross, first time cross there, looking for Coxey in the box. Unfortunately, he couldn't connect with it, but it was a great start to the game, a great way to get a ball in. And as you can see, the game is not the greatest as we move into the 23rd minute. Huddersfield having some nice possession, but again, our defence is very astute, and they step up just at the right time to play the lad offside. Just as the right back steps up, plays him offside, which is fantastic. And it's nice to see that we're defending well. We haven't conceded many goals, which is really nice. But the ball is knocked forward, takes a slight deflection, a great shot, but the goalkeeper, what a save from the Huddersfield goalkeeper there. Absolutely sublime. But Steed getting forward, knocking the ball again into Robinson. He has a bit of time and space, chooses to square it, goes for a shot, and Darlow is equal to the shot from Dixon there. And an absolutely fantastic save at a crucial point in the first half. As we draw in the closing of the first half, Huddersfield are all over us at this moment in time, really having the better play, and they're awarded a free kick. I've got to say, it's a bit of a soft free kick. Really there, it's just leaning into him a little bit stronger than the Huddersfield player, and obviously the referee felt that was an infringement. He might have had a little bit of his shirt, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Vaughan takes the free kick and he just sprays it over the bar, but Darlow was rooted to the spot, so if that was on target, that could have been nestling in the back of the net. But the referee does blow the half-time whistle. The half-time score is Huddersfield 0, Nottingham Forest 0. Not the greatest halves that we've played so far. We're still finding ourselves at this moment in time. The boys are still adapting to my tactics. I want them to make sure they play good, clean, swift football. Try and knock the ball around as quick as possible. Utilise a little bit of pace that we do have within the side. And hopefully get the ball out to the wings and try and get some crosses in and get some goals. But Frimpong knocking the ball back to Jamal. Jamal knocking it out to Reedy. Reedy coming inside, looking in for Coxey. Coxey plays a great ball into Lafondra. Lafondra into the box. Lafondra finds the back of the net in the 47th minute. Absolutely fantastic finish there from Lafondra. Great play by Coxey, his stroke partner. Them two are really playing quite well at this moment in time, and it's scored at the end of the Nottingham Forest fans, and as you can see, they're ecstatic with the goal. Great take by Lafondra, straight into that box and in the back of the net. Absolutely cracking finish there. But Reedy picking up the ball into Lafondra. Great ball over the top. It's into Reedy again. Reedy's got time. He's got space. Goes for the back post. How did Huddersfield clear that off the line? The ball has come out to the edge of the box. The shot is taken. But how did they clear that off the line? Absolutely sensational diving header by I think it was the centre back to clear that off the line. But speaking of that, Huddersfield with a huge opportunity there. They hit the post. Darlow was beating all ends up, and then unfortunately the shot over the bar. But my days, that was a worrying moment for the Forest players there. But the ball is spread out. What a beautiful pass. Spread out to Coxey, and it looks like he's done his hamstring. Of all the moments to pull your hamstring when you're set free down the right-hand side, he looks like he's pulled his hamstring. We're going to take him off as a precaution, just in case. We'll see how he is. But we're bringing on Lansbury just to try and settle the leads down and try and take the 1-0 victory and get the 3 points. But the ball's with Lansbury. Into Mackie. Mackie moving forward. Great ball over the top. Into Lansbury in space. Oh, but he didn't time his run. He didn't time his run, and that's offside. Unfortunate play, but a great ball over the top. Beautiful play by Mackie, but Lansbury just didn't hold his run enough, and that could have been 2-0, but we're in the 90th minute. Hopefully the lads can hold on, gain the 3 points, much needed 3 points. The referee has blown that full-time whistle. The score is Huddersfield 0, Nottingham Forest 1. Not the greatest of games, but it has to be said, 3 points at the end of the day is 3 points in the Championship. It's one of the toughest leagues to get out of. It really is a competitive league. It is such a battle week in, week in. It is a huge huge battle, but I will take the points all day long. We have a home game against Sheffield Wednesday. It's going to be a tough game against Sheffield Wednesday. They're a very good side. Very dogged side. Another side that will constantly battle with you. And that's a very frustrating part of being in the Championship. Every team seems to battle. We're still yet to lose. We aren't undefeated, which is fantastic. And we're not conceding a lot of goals, which is brilliant. The back line are doing a fantastic job, which is what we like to see. And the boys up top are also doing a fantastic job. The likes of Lansbury, the likes of Lafondra, the likes of Coxey are getting involved, scoring the goals. And all we need to do is just be a little bit more clinical, because we do create a lot of chances. Hopefully we can take them. But Sheffield Wednesday with a free kick, and that's taken Darlow by surprise. Took the back four by surprise, and they have netted after 7 minutes to give Sheffield Wednesday a 1-0 lead. That really did take us by surprise. I didn't think it was a free kick on the right-hand side of the field, but the referee felt it was. I felt it was a little bit harsh, but the free kick was taken. Was absolutely brilliant. He drifted that ball in to that back post. Defence looked a little bit sleepy there, and a great header to give Wednesday the lead. The ball comes in. Look at that. Great header. Darlow looks a little bit lax there for me personally. And he looked like he was in two minds. Does he come? Does he stay? He decided to stay, and he looked really static, which is a bit of a shame. But the ball was knocked out to the left-hand side. Sheffield Wednesday with Buxton, the right back, doing some good play there to cut down the cross. Cohen gets the cross in. Oh, and unfortunately it's not met by Lafondra. But it comes to Lansbury. He takes the shot, and it's a great defensive block by Sheffield Wednesday there. Really great play. They really are digging in and being dogged. Johnson for Sheffield Wednesday spreads the ball across the box with a cross. And that's really poor defending again. And Sheffield Wednesday should have taken a 2-0 lead there. Really poor defending there by Lehigh. He should have cleared the ball. He didn't, unfortunately. And it looks like Simon Cox has been booked. We're in the 23rd minute, 24th minute. Simon Cox coming across, goes for the ball, doesn't catch the player until the player runs after him. To me, that looks like Lee's taken an actual dive. He's gone past Coxey and he's gone down. That to me looks like he's just bought Coxey a yellow card, which is an absolute shame. And we don't want to see that in football these days. It's really disgraceful. But Coxey doesn't give up any balls, manages to grab it. Vondra plays the ball to Lansbury. Lansbury with an absolutely sensational finish. What a finish by Lansbury. Absolutely fantastic. That was all made because of Simon Cox. He's on a yellow card, but he still gave everything he had to make sure he got a foot on that ball. It spread to Lafondra. Lafondra played the ball to Lansbury, and Lansbury took the ball and placed it in the back of the net with such composure. Absolutely fantastic. And again, Lansbury applying pressure in the centre of the park. The referee's blowing a half-time whistle. The scoreline is Nottingham Forest 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Not the greatest of first halves. It feels like I'm saying this every episode at this moment. We're not playing magnificent football at this moment in time, but we're doing enough. We have in some games created a lot of chances and just not taken those opportunities. And it was Connor Wickham who scored the first goal for Sheffield Wednesday. They'll have to go down as a correction on the score sheet. But we're playing well enough at the end of the day, and it's a tough league, as I've said, and I'm sure I will say it many times to come. It is a really tough league. As you see, Wednesday coming out, really giving us a battering, trying to find that second goal for themselves, really playing like they're the team at home, and we're playing like the team that's away. But a fantastic ball spread out by Frimpong into Lansbury. Lansbury on that right-hand side. Again, he couldn't get that ball out of his feet to get the cross in, unfortunately. But we're going to have to make some substitutions, and we're going to be taking off Chalobah. I do apologise. It's a ball from Chalobah. Cox is going to have to come off. He's still feeling a little bit tight around the hamstring, and I don't want to over-risk him. Mackie with a fantastic ball through, but Vaughan is just offside. Vaughan is on loan from Blackpool at this moment in time. Nice little run. Mackie spies it, but unfortunately, Sheffield Wednesday just step up at the perfect time, play him off time. But again, Mackie knocking the ball out to Patterson on the right-hand side. He's drifted across from the left. Knocks the ball into Vaughan. Vaughan. Time, space, feeds the ball back into Patterson. Patterson squares it to Lehigh. Lehigh with a cross. Oh, he mistimes that, and unfortunately it goes over. High, wide, handsome, and actually no handsome involved. It was just generally an awful cross. Lansbury with a beautiful ball into Mackie. Mackie with time and space. Spies the run by Lafondra, but he overplays the ball through, and Lafondra didn't have a real chance of getting on the end of that. Otherwise, we could have been looking at a 2-1 scoreline. And the referee, unfortunately, has blown the full-time whistle. That was the last play of this game, and it's finished. Nottingham Forest 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1. And again, not the greatest, but we're still undefeated. I will take a point all day long. These could be really, really important points at the end of the season. When all said and done, this could be the difference between promotion and staying in the Championship. And I know what I'd rather take, and that would be promotion. So we're going into the final elements of the transfer window, the final 9 hours, and I've weighed up all the options possible, and I've decided that I'm going to keep it very, very chilled, and we're not going to spend any more money. I'm going to have a look at a few players. There's one player I really am interested in, a player that you guys may or may not know about, and that's Sanchez. Really a talented player, really pacey, good player to be honest, really good player. A little bit injury prone at this moment in time, but he's a player I just want to track. Not a player that I'm going to make a move for, not a player that we're perhaps interested in, but I just want to track him, see how he does. But I decided that we're going to wait until January. We're going to see how we do in his first part of this season. And if we do need to make any changes, we will do it in January. So we're going to keep some money back. We're going to be really sensible. I don't want the board to think that I'm a little bit gung-ho and I'm willing to spend everything we've got in one go. I want to hold back and just see how we do, how we can balance everything. And obviously we need to look at contracts because there's a lot of players on 10 months, which is another reason why I don't want to rush out and buy players, because we've got to keep money in the bank for offering new contracts. I mean, there's a lot of players on 10-month, remaining 10 months, which we need to sort out. We need to make sure that we keep these boys. Thankfully, Lansbury's on the long-term contract, so I'm quite happy with that. Players like Derbyshire, I'm not 100% sure I'm willing to offer him a new contract. He's got to prove himself. He's not doing a great job in training. He's been playing for the reserves. He hasn't been doing a great job for me personally. So we'll have to weigh up those options. Perhaps you guys can give me some feedback on him. Perhaps you think we should offer him a new contract, but at this moment in time, I'm not going to offer him a contract until I see what you guys say. Obviously, it's fantastic to see that some of the boys have come back straight away, really quickly, and taken the option for an extension of their contracts, which is fantastic. I'm extremely pleased that Riaz has, and I'm definitely pleased that Eric Lihai has. He's a fantastic little player. He may not be the greatest at crossing, but at the end of the day, he's a fullback. He gets forward and he does swing that ball in. He gives it his all. So I'm not going to take nothing away from him. That's the whole point of a fullback at times. They've got to bomb forward. They've got to add that attacking element. He's working very hard in training to get his crossing, up to scratch. And I have faith in the lad that he will. But at the same time, we do have the option of playing Reyes there, who can also play in the CDM position. Very good player, very good all-round player. But we're in the Capital One Cup, and it's an away game to Blackburn Rovers, a very good side, obviously in the same division as ourselves, and they have Jordan Rhodes up front. It'll be interesting to see how he plays this game. This is a player that we're definitely interested, perhaps for season number 2. But Frimpong spreads the ball out to Chris Cohen. Cohen gives the ball away and then is pulled up on a foul. I can't see how that is a foul. The referee really is a little bit over-exuberant there. I mean, that's a bit overzealous. I mean, come on. Cohen loses the ball. He goes to regain it. There's no intention of committing the foul. I just think the Blackburn player's a little bit weaker. Great cross in there by Cohen. We don't manage to get on the end of it, and Blackburn come away with the ball. And Olsen for Blackburn, left-hand side, swings the ball in. Great cross, and Leon Best with the header to put Blackburn Rovers 1-0 up after 32 minutes of the game. Fantastic header there. He just dropped off the centre-back, made a great little darting run and just nodded the ball into the back of the net, which is a bit of a shame, but you can tell it had been coming in this game. But Frimmy picks up the ball, 18 yards out. Frimpong takes the strike. Oh my days, what a fantastic goal from Frimpong. Absolutely sensational. And you can see he's still got that side of his game where he's still a little bit, he's a bit naughty. He still has these issues with social media, and doing a shush really to the Blackburn fans is not really acceptable. He needs to learn a little bit more about sportsmanship, but it's a fantastic finish. The way he picks the ball up, gets dispossessed, then just takes the first time shot, hits it into that low corner. Absolutely fantastic. But the ball is with Chris Cohen. He tries to move forward, holds the ball up, cuts inside, feeds the ball into Vaughan. As I've said, he's on loan from Blackpool. I'm not going to say Blackpool Rovers because I'm thinking of Blackburn. That's completely freaking annoyed me now. But there we go. It is half-time. Blackburn Rovers 1. Nottingham Forest 1. And a great goal from Frimmy, even though he did have a bit of a rude celebration there. I really think I'll be having words with Frimmy about that. It's not really acceptable. He just needs to chill out and concentrate on his football. If he concentrates on his football, he really is going to be a fantastic player. He really will be a fantastic player, but he's just got to concentrate on his football. Let the ball do the talking as we pick up the play with Forrest on the attack. Great ball over the top into Lansbury. Lansbury in time, in space. But he can't get the ball out of his feet yet again. He has troubles with that. He can't get the ball out of his feet, and it was closed down really quickly there by Blackburn Rovers. And it looks like a player's being booked there. Yes, DJ Campbell. I wonder if he had a bet on that booking at that moment, as he's been linked with gambling issues. But that is a very late tackle on Vaughan. That's a nasty tackle, it has to be said. I think he should be grateful he got a yellow card there. That was a really nasty tackle. That could have been a season ender. But my days, that is an absolutely poor free kick. What was the lad thinking? Gifting the ball away. Marshall plays the ball into Campbell, and Campbell slots the ball home for Blackburn Rovers in the 81st minute to give them a 2-1 lead. Absolutely disgraceful play there. What was he thinking with that free kick? All he had to do was just knock it short. He goes for the short free kick, obviously gets way too much power in it, and gifts the ball to Blackburn. They punish us as the full-time whistle has gone, and it is finished. Blackburn Rovers 2, Nottingham Forest 1, and we are out of the Capital One Cup, which is really, really disappointing, especially to go out in that fashion by gifting Blackburn Rovers with a simple goal. The statistics showed that it was a very good game. Very even on the shots on target. Possession was all ours. We absolutely dominated them, but we didn't come away with the correct result, which is very, very frustrating to say the least. But there you go. That is football. That is how competitive the Championship is. You know, we're meeting Championship sides in the Capital One Cup, and to be fair, at the end of the day, Blackburn took their opportunities, and fair play to them. As you can see, a few players have come back and they've signed their contracts, which is fantastic. We've got Reedy for another couple of seasons, or another season. We've got Holford as well signing a new contract, which is fantastic. Really, really chuffed with the players for coming back so quickly and signing the new contracts. No issues thus far, which is brilliant. And we'll be going into a game against Burnley. Another tough game against Burnley. We're going to have a little look at the side and see if we need to make any changes. Because again, we've played so many games, such quick succession, that we need to keep the boys all fresh. But we will see that in the next episode. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and I'll catch you in episode number 4. Until then.
So it's more like an